Well, hello there. It's been a while since we've had a cup of coffee, and welcome to the new office. I hope you're really, really well, and I hope this doesn't sound too echoey. It's a very echoey room, but when we have the mic on and things like that, it should hopefully kind of sort things out. Anyway, how are you? Do let me know down in the comments how you've been and how you're getting on through these strange times that we're still in. And I just hope that the kind of the sharings, the work, the meditations, the different offerings that we have here at Authentic Living, or I just use my own name more these days. I just hope they're being of service to you, and there's more to come. I know it's been a good while really since we've connected in this way, and I've kind of put anything new up, kind of at full strength, as it were. And obviously that's because I was working on the book, Signpost of the Spiritual Journey. That's available for pre-order now. It's all finished from my side. I've just approved, just literally 5 minutes ago, approved details around the audio book with my publisher, and my amazing publicist has been doing incredible things and will continue to do incredible things, and there seems to be some interest in some really fascinating places. So I can't wait to get that into your hands, actually. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you, and to be able to kind of share these teachings, I guess the word would be, about how our personal, ordinary human lives are actually our individual spiritual paths, and how we might actually approach that. Not just like, you should love yourself more and, remember that your life is your spiritual life, but actually I'm the kind of person that wants to know how. So that's what the book is. It's not the wouldn't it be nice if we did. It's this is how you this is how you actually know love in your own heart. This is what you actually do if you have trauma and meditation is not for you, and you don't think there's any way forward. This is how to overcome that stuff that you've been carrying your whole life and you think you'll never get away from. I'm that guy. Really funny, because the few people who've kind of read it already, it's just kind of going into advanced review copy mode at the moment, but it's just going out around as a kind of a PDF to a few people. Then it'll be an advanced copy, then the actual book will come. Keep hearing, oh, this is quite different for a spiritual book, isn't it? And so that tells me a lot that the kind of the spiritual book world has fallen into a kind of a set way of doing things, a way that you're supposed to do stuff, and you're meant to say this thing and you're not allowed to do anything different. Well, there's a heck of an opportunity there, isn't there, really, to kind of come in a different direction. I just realised you can see this Sarasvati behind me if you're wondering what this is. I just picked this up in an antique centre the other day. It's hand-painted, lacquered screen of the goddess Sarasvati, who is the Indian goddess of education, wealth, abundance, and kind of flowing things, which is lovely. One thing about this office, if you can hear this lorry reversing, is it can be a little bit noisy at certain times of day. But we have an actual John Siddique Authentic Living office now, which is a kind of a big step, largely because half of my house was taken over by video gear for doing live classes and things, and we've got loads of live classes going on. I realise that I'm doing like maybe 20 free classes a week, and not a week, 20 free classes a month, sorry. It's free to people using them through Wellness Coach and Insight Timer and things like that. So it's amazing to be able to kind of offer kind of so much stuff out in a way. It's funny though, because I've got a little retreat coming up on, I think, the 25th of September, kind of a writing and meditation retreat, and have a look on the website if you're interested at that. And and the minute you put something like that up, oh, you're charging so much money for this, and it's just like it's somewhere in the middle of what you would pay for like a yoga session or something like that, or a yoga day. And and I write back, you do realize that almost everything I do is free, and there has to be some income from somewhere. But hey, what can you do? We live in this world. We didn't make this world the way that it is, and we have to live in it. We just have to do it as honorably and lovingly as possible, and that's something that I think we really need to reflect on, kind of thing. It's amazing how, as we go down the spiritual path, how that sort of righteousness in people kind of is one of the last things to go sometimes. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of bring you up to date a little bit. I wanted to keep this video relatively short for me. So I've got my retreat coming up, or our retreat coming up. It's called Your Words, Your Practice. And just have a look on the website, and you can read all about that. And it's just going to be sort of a nice, slightly longer than half day, meditating, going deep, writing exercises to kind of help you steer through your life, to bring out your creativity, to explore your own self, and to get to know yourself, and to make the unconscious conscious in delicate and gentle ways, and just to celebrate, because we don't celebrate enough, to celebrate your own life. And I think that's really, really important. And I'm going to kind of maybe do a couple of writing meditation retreats each year. It'd be nice when we're actually able to travel around even better now, or when that time comes that we can travel around more. I really would love to get to the US and kind of do some weekends and open spaces in different cities and things. This coming Saturday, we've got the open space, which is my sort of donation-based kind of silence-based, noble silence-based practice. It's not quite silent, but it's kind of, it leans into silence, inner silence in a big way. So you're more than welcome to come to that. Again, just have a look on the website. So that's on the 21st at 8 p.m. UK time. But just check, on Time Buddy or something, what time that is for you in different parts of the world. And yeah, since I finished the book, I've still been kind of incredibly busy. I've partnered with an app called Calm that you may have heard about, which might be surprising for some of you, but and it's not a kind of like John's going over there. I remain a kind of a free human being, and I partner with the best people possible for the projects that seem right for me to do. And I always look for, what is the kind of most synergistic sort of relationship we can have, and that actually brings the most benefit to people. So after finishing the book, like putting the actual final dots down on the book, and it's all gone over to the marketing and publicity people now. They're doing their amazing stuff. There's been a project I've wanted to do for a long time, and I know somebody over at Calm, and they were thinking along the same lines as me around a certain subject, and we coalesced, and so I've kind of created these 9 meditations. We just were in the recording studio last week doing these. 9 meditations as part of a prototype, but there's going to be like 3 or 4 other teachers on there as well, a yoga teacher, a couple of other meditation teachers, a kind of science expert. But this is just for a limited app. It's only going to go out to a very, very small number of people, and it's for a prototype of using these kind of practices for people who are undergoing cancer treatment. And that's something I've wanted to work on for a long time, because I lost one of my closest friends to cancer. And my youngest sister died of cancer about 20 years ago now, at the age of 25. And so it's been something that has really kind of resonated for me. And I'm not looking kind of like, to try and turn meditation into a magical thing that somehow cures you. It's about support. It's about, the isolation that you feel when you've got a severe illness, possibly a mortal illness, and the sense of not being able to communicate, the sense of losing your life, of not knowing what the next day will bring, and so on. And so I wanted to kind of create a suite of practices that really kind of give somebody some good support, that's right there with them while they're having the treatment or waiting in the waiting room and things like that. I can't tell you more than that, because it's actually a medical trial, or it's kind of, it's going to be used for a period of time in a limited kind of group. Scientists are observing. Qualitative and quantitative kind of research will be done around it, and then it may expand outwards, it may come to nothing, and so on. But I've licensed these meditations to Calm. They own those recordings, but the intellectual property is mine on my work. I always do that. I never completely give anything away. And so if it doesn't go ahead, for some reason or other, if they don't get the funding or something like that, then I will rework the material and I'll make it kind of available freely, quite honestly, because we can try and offer something to the world from our lives, really, in the best way that we can. It's not about being special or ego or anything like that, but we take our talents and we share the best that we can. And so between the book and those kind of offerings, I'm just hoping that that it really helps, that these things really are helpful. Same with the classes that we do. And in return, I just want to live my simple life, have enough income to do so, and to be with those that I love, and to, humbly get on with it, quite honestly. So, yeah. So that's it, really. There's kind of not much going on but that, really. And I'm just thinking about the retreat, and I'm going to start working on creating our kind of like full membership area for the website. I was just making some notes about that. And this type of video, these vlogs, will become kind of an exclusive part of the membership site. So if you're there's a free membership area, but if you're kind of one of the subscribers, then kind of, a monthly vlog, but pertaining to your practice more, will kind of be a standard part of what I do. But I've actually started using kind of monthly themes. I'm looking at kind of the idea of kind of using monthly themes within my own journaling and with my own sort of practice. And I thought I would share those kind of through the membership site, so that people have kind of like a kind of monthly framework to work with. But if you are thinking about a theme for this month, let me share with you what I'm working on, and then I'll sign off, because I've got to do a newsletter, and I'll include this as part of the newsletter. So hey, lovely newsletter people listening to this or watching this. So this month I've actually been working around cultivation of spirit. So I don't mean kind of your soul, I mean human spirit, the kind of, personally I'm kind of quite a rock and roll sort of person, and, feisty, and, I enjoy expressing life through this body. But what I found is, for myself and for many of us, that the last 18 months has really ground us down, and wishful thinking and trying to be happy is not going to cut it. And so we need to almost like begin working with our neural pathways again and kind of building into our spirit, of actually allowing our spirit to flow and to begin engaging with things with a bit more fire again, actually. Some directed energy. And it can be around one's own sense of enjoyment, one's own sense of engagement with life, practice, food that you're eating, looking after your body, your health, your kind of dynamics of your relationship and so on. So that's my personal theme for this month. So I freely offer it to you as well. Cultivation of spirit. So what I'm doing each day is I get my journal and I'm kind of reflecting like a paragraph or so on kind of what tiny baby step that will kind of open up the neural pathways a bit today that kind of help me explore my spirit a little bit more. So I'm playing my flute, playing my guitar, walking in nature a lot more. I've completely unplugged all the screens in my house. So there's, I sometimes watch movies from a hard drive, but I've unplugged all of that, and I'm playing records more on cassettes because I still have records on cassettes. I'm not one of these kind of rediscoverers of vinyl. I've been vinyl since I was about what was one of the first records I bought? God, since about 9 years old. What was the first record? I got ABBA's Greatest Hits when that came out. I think it was my first ever record. And then I got Pink Floyd Relics. And then Flying Teapot by Gong. Roadhawks by Hawkwind. And kind of just got weirder from there, quite honestly, And I still have the same turntable I had from 1980. And I've still got the same cassette deck, which I had serviced a couple of years back, and it's working beautifully. So I was actually recording a cassette this morning. I might even offer out like some exclusive meditations on cassette. Would you like that? That would be a really fun thing to do, wouldn't it? I might record some meditations that you can only get and kind of like a limited edition run of cassettes that I hand kind of, spirograph or something. Oh, I bought myself a spirograph. There you go. Do you remember, those things where you go round and round the wheels within the wheels that make the beautiful patterns. So creativity, engagement of the spirit, and just kind of trying to kind of move on, in that way, kind of bloom back into some joy and celebration of life. Because the voices, we might call them the voices of whatever media and so on, are all, you're going to die. It's all very frightening. This is going to happen, that's going to happen, what if this, and if you'd go, ooh. So the way my sort of spirit works is, well, that might be the case, but so that means I should celebrate right now and live humbly and beautifully and with love and with openness, whereas I think those voices have a tendency to kind of want to close us down. So I think celebrating, community. I've been thinking a lot about, and again, this will come through the membership site. So for those on the who are interested, in what's coming, I'm going to be looking at how we can create small networks that kind of mutually support each other. I've always been a kind of a promoter of community. And I have some strong thoughts around that, and there's other people doing this sort of stuff too. It's not uniquely mine, but I want to kind of create a space where we have some resources and things that we can explore around that as well. So lots coming, and lots in the here and now, and and again, just such gratitude for you, my friend, for being part of this journey along with me, and maximum love, quite honestly. Thank you for being here with me. both on this video but also on this journey through this lifetime. And, you know, as I say, I hope the work is of highest value and benefit to you, because that's all that it's for. And yeah, there's new ways are coming. So once the book is out, I'm looking, you know, to do things in a very different sort of way, because I want to actually be quieter. Which doesn't mean kind of not teaching. I just want to kind of teach more in a way that my soul is kind of asking of me at the moment. So I want to kind of bring a bit more kind of spaciousness into kind of what we do. Anyway, maybe see you in class, maybe see you on the retreat or in the open space. But for now, my coffee's gone cold, I think. It really has. Okay, my loves. Lots of love to you. Take care.